All right, I'm going to get ready to attach some handles here. So I've got several different types of handles. I've got this kind of dog bone handle that I can attach here. This one's actually a little bit small for what I've got, and so I'm probably going to use these other guys. So I've got several mugs here, and I'm trying to decide which handle I want to use for which thing. I think I'm going to use this handle here for this particular piece. And so the first thing I want to do is get a sense of how big it needs to be. The curve is going to work nicely for me, but obviously I'm going to have to get rid of some of this clay. So I can take this over to the wire that's on the wedging table, but that's out of camera shot, so I'm going to just use a knife here to cut off the end of this. Now you can start to see how this is going to attach, and because I've left this fairly soft, I can actually play around with the curve that I've got going right here. So once I've decided where I want this to be, I'm going to shape this, the end of the handle into a little bit of a curve so it fits a little bit more nicely into the curved surface of the pot, and then I'm going to mark this. Now one of the easiest ways I think to mark it is just get a little bit of water on either side, put this on here, and I'm going to hold it towards me because I have a tendency to get handles on crooked if I'm trying to face them towards the camera. So that looks like the kind of attachment that I want to have. Now should be where I've left that attached, it's left a mark, and so now a watermark, and so now I can score, make sure that I score directly below for the bottom. Sometimes you end up kind of holding it at an angle and scoring off to the side, and you don't want to do that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of slurry or water to each part of this guy here. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to attach my handle. So I'm going to give a nice good push onto the mug because I want that to be nice and secure, both visually and physically secure. And then I'm going to get in here, give this guy a nice push, and sometimes I actually take two thumbs like this and kind of pinch off that extra clay. I just kind of like that look at the bottom there. Now if you want to, you can come back through and with your finger or with a rubber tool or a rib, and you can smooth some of this clay away, or not away, but into the pot. You can also leave a visible line there. I like to do it this way, and mostly it's personal preference. As long as your attachment is secure and we don't end up with cracks developing later on, it's really up to you how that's going to work. Now one last thing I like to do is check how that's going to fit in my hand and make sure that I've got enough room for it to shrink and still fit snugly into my hand there. Now I'm probably going to go grab a rubber tool and just do a little bit of work on this top seam here because I don't like how visible that is. The other mugs that I've got over here are going to require obviously slightly different handles, and like I said, I recommend you do a whole bunch of things at once. I recommend you pull a bunch of handles and then you attach a bunch of handles. So I've got another handle getting ready to go here onto this guy. And I can think about where I want to attach it. Obviously this one has a lot of extra clay at the bottom, so I'll get that off of there. It's just in my way right now. It's still a little sticky. And then I'm going to start to work on attaching this guy here.